Welcome back into Rounding Third Baseball, episode 331, interview with former Milwaukee Brewer pitcher Zach Braddock. I am Nick, and we have Harrison tonight. How are we doing tonight, Harrison?
Fantastic, Nick. Always excited to talk ball with somebody who lived the dream we all had.
Yeah, man, I'm really pumped for it. I love the different stories we get, the different journeys these guys have gone on, and can't wait to dive into this one for sure. Before we do that, make sure you follow and like us on Facebook. You can subscribe on YouTube. You can also follow on Instagram, Rumble, and TikTok. You can also listen on Spotify and Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. We also have our affiliate sponsors, Logitech, MLB Shop, and Lids. You can find these links on the tops of all of our socials. So if you do any shopping with these companies, please use our links as we get a nice little kickback with no additional cost to you. Just a great way to support the show. We also have Rounding Third merch on Etsy. If you search Rounding Third Baseball, sweatshirts, t-shirts, tumblers, phone cases, whole bunch of stuff on there. Great way to get our name out and to support the show. And finally, on Patreon, we are looking to build that community. We put exclusive content over there, and this community actually supports creators like Harrison and myself. So check us out over on Patreon. All right, we're going to introduce Zach Braddock to the show. How are we doing tonight, Zach?
Good. How are we, fellas?
Good. Glad to have you on tonight.
Yes, it's very nice to be here.
Awesome. All right, so let's start like right at the beginning. Where did your love for baseball come? When did you find out that you had something special in that left arm of yours? Kind of take us back to the beginning.
Well, let's go all the way back here, and you guys won't believe it, but my very first day of T-ball ever, I was hit in the face with a ball, ruptured an artery, almost died, and they had to put a titanium clip in, right in my eye. And my mother said I was never going to play again. My father said, "We'll see," and I said I was. So right from then, I knew I wanted to play baseball, and I kept it alive, going pretty strong.
That's how your career started is wild. Man, that is crazy.
Yeah.
I got no words to that.
That's the wildest story I've heard to start things off.
yeah. I don't even know where to go from here. All right. All right. So, how long was that recovery to get like back into it?
It wasn't too bad. I think I finished out the season. It was just like a bad broken nose, but I had definitely had one of those little league pictures with that was a card. And I definitely had a black eye in it. So,
man, not two, just the one.
Yeah, just the one.
Wow,
man, that's incredible.
That's quite the start. Most kids would be like, "I'm out. I'm good. No more of this."
Yeah.
So where'd you grow up? Where'd you go to high school?
I grew up in New Jersey. Right. I grew up in southern New Jersey, more like the Pine Barrett area. We had a couple great players come out of there. Sean Doolittle, kind of over where Trout was from.
Yeah.
Same kind of area. Nice. And so I kind of grew up in the same baseball families as those guys, and we all played against each other. Not really Trout; he was younger than me, but had the same tutelage lines. There's a family called the Barths, and they really know what they're doing down there in Jersey.
That's really cool.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So what about like post high school? What did we do? What's our journey there?
After Gloucester Catholic, that was my high school. That's one of the most winning high schools there is down in Jersey. I went straight from there to Chipola Junior College.
Okay.
And started throwing there. I think I had a no-hitter in one of the games. That went pretty good. And then from there, I went on to play in my first year of rookie ball.
Man, so drafted right out of junior college, then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 18th round. What was that feeling like? Like getting that call and being like, "Hey, you're going to Arizona for spring training or whatever, going to rookie ball."
I wasn't even prepared for it. I was playing wiffle ball with my buddies, and we were listening for his brother to get picked, and I wasn't even listening for me to get picked. And then all of a sudden, boom, there I was, and I couldn't
That's
believe
crazy.
it. Yeah, I couldn't believe it.
That's awesome.
I was thinking I was the next year.
Oh, you were
Yeah.
expecting to go the next year.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, yeah,
Crazy.
That's a nice surprise.
yeah. Well, I had Tommy John at 15, so that was a side note. I should have entered in there.
It's all good. So when, like you said, at 15, so were you already throwing pretty high velocity stuff at that age?
Yeah, I was throwing about 88, 89, 15.
Wow.
Out of the
Yeah.
left-handed slot? Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah.
But,
Wow.
a good question here from a viewer. Did you get picked before your buddy's brother?
Yes.
Great day for you, rougher day for him.
Yeah,
Rough day for him.
that's funny, man.
So
That's
at
awesome.
what point along your baseball journey did you kind of realize that you were different, that you had the chance to go and play well beyond most of your peers?
I think it's when I started realizing when I would when I would throw the ball, I'd get a lot of swings and misses. I'd get a lot of foul balls, and guys just would not, for some reason, they just would not catch up to the fastball, and it was deceptive somehow. And I knew I had something different in the way I threw, and there was something different to my fastballs and the way I threw. And I knew once I got up into the organization and I learned the organization and I learned what it took to really dive in and learn the politics and all that stuff. I could really that's when I knew. That's when I knew I could make a stand.
That's
You
incredible.
know? Yeah.
So is that Helena, Montana? Is that where you went for rookie ball?
Yep. I was
What
telling him.
what was that like up in Montana, like playing
Now
baseball?
that was a culture shock. That was a culture shock.
I
I'm
bet.
sure.
Coming from New Jersey to Montana, that was a culture shock. But I'll tell you what, I had two of the greatest coaches I could have had in Eddie Cedar and called him Ramrod,
Love it.
Mark Littell. But yeah, just some two of the greatest coaches ever. And Mark Littell was the inventor of the Nutty Buddy. Some cup there.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
You can catch that on YouTube somewhere. But yeah, just great guys, and it was it was amazing to be able to see that state and all over that state and all over that area. It's just beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is it? What is it like? You come out of JUCO, you land in Montana to play rookie ball. What is that adjustment like? Now you're a professional now. This is all you do. Your focus is solely on baseball. Like what is that transition like?
Well, I was still young. I was still so young. I was still just 18.
Wow.
And I remember walking out my door, and I had two of these guys walking down the hallway, in they were college. They both had college like polos on, and they just looked older. They just looked like the upperclassmen and stuff like that. And I'm just like, are these guys coaches? What are these guys? And I just remember like feeling like so like the need to catch up, but it leveled out eventually.
Yeah. So, I mean, you said those two coaches were pretty big mentors. Were there anybody else that, like, first time on the scene that you like took you under their wing and kind of showed you the ropes?
Now are we talking minor league
Well,
or
I guess like your first initial steps into pro ball. Was there anybody there to kind of show you the way? Like, this is how we do things.
yeah, Mark Littell?
Yeah.
Mark Littell did. He showed me this. He showed me how to throw a slider, how to throw a real slider, and that's where I got my slider from. And they really showed me what it took. They really whipped me into shape on what it took to make bus rides and be responsible and stuff like that. Yeah, it really.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was a great season. I had some learning to do, but I'm glad I did it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I'd imagine you grew up pretty fast.
Yeah.
So did you not have a slider at all in your repertoire going into rookie ball?
No, I had like a bigger breaking ball, like a bigger curve ball that I would throw, and then I had somewhat of a slider, but it wasn't really a true slider. It was just some pitch I kind of threw sideways.
No, it's interesting because when we had Mark Rogers on, he was kind of the same way as you. He had that big looping curveball, and then they told him to start throwing the slider. So I didn't know if that was like an organization thing that the Brewers were high on at that time, that it was like, hey, we need our pitchers to learn how to throw a slider.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it was. I don't know. May have been, but I know it was particular with Mark Littell, my coach. I know that was his go-to pitch when he pitched in the big leagues.
Gotcha.
So he wanted to pass that on.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
I got a couple of comments. Did you throw a change up?
I did. I threw a split finger change. I threw some more of a split change.
Nice.
Yeah. I would either throw a split change or I would throw more of a circle or C change all the way on the sides and just roll it over.
Yeah. Nice.
Was there one of those you preferred, or would you just kind of mix it up to show them something different?
The split. I had more control of the split. I have bigger hands and could grip it pretty good. Ball pretty good, pretty loose in my fingers. It was good.
All right, so then the next couple years we're going through A ball, we're getting high A. Kind of walk us through there, because you're now back to closer to home with West Virginia. So kind of walk us through.
Closer to home, being able to see my family a little bit. In West Virginia, and it's snowing on the field for the first few games and stuff, and getting pictures of that, and just taking it all in. Now, we had a really pretty good team that year. It was pretty competitive, and I think I ended up staying with that coach, Mikey Guerrero, through, I think we stayed together. I had him a lot in throughout the minor leagues as a coach. He was a good coach, but that's where I first met him, manager Mike Guerrero, and Jim Lett, the bench coach, I believe, or hitting coach, and then we had uh, one of the greatest guys, John Curtis. He was a big left-hander that taught me how the mental side of the game because I was starting at that time. I was a starting pitcher at that time,
Gotcha.
and he taught me how to go into counts and set up batters from the beginning to the end towards the end of your repertoire, I guess. And it was really a maturation process there, really growing. Unfortunately, halfway through the season, my arm there was a scar tissue popped, and I wasn't able to finish out the season there. I was having a really good season too, and it just went on me. It just popped, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And I thought I had needed Tommy John again. It had popped so bad, but scar tissue. And
was that in 2008, 2009,
7.
2007? Gotcha.
Yeah, 7. Then I that was the first time I met Mark.
Okay.
Down in Arizona. I had to ship out to Arizona and do my first rehab assignment. So doing my first rehab assignment, believe it or not, that was where I really learned how to become a professional athlete. Because I had to be responsible for myself. No one else was going to do the rehab for me. Nobody, they were going to walk me through it, but I had to show up for it.
Right.
If I didn't put the effort into it, nothing was going to get done. And if I wanted to get better and throw harder, that's just what it was going to take. And I had done it once before with the Tommy John back when I was in high school. So I had a little bit of an understanding what it took. But this was a whole different level with just having the coaches right there with you and being able to bounce ideas off of them. And it was great.
Yeah, that's
great.
Was there anybody in your time in the minors that you saw kind of like come in, get drafted, and you were kind of like, maybe not starstruck, but you were just like, man, this kid's got it? Was there anybody that like blew you out of the water that was just like, holy smokes, this kid's on another level?
Trying to think. I'm trying to think.
Could be pitcher, could be batter, could be anybody.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Who was it? There was one guy.
We have a viewer that says you played with Michael Brantley. Is that true?
Brantley was very good. Brantley was very good. He had contact. He could make con. I actually lived with Mike Brantley, and he was a great guy. He could make contact with anything. He could make contact with anything. So Mike Brantley was a very good hitter. He's a great, and he's very professional too.
Yeah,
very professional. Awesome. So yeah, Brantley, pretty good. God, it's escaping me now. Sorry, viewers. Sorry, guys.
It's all good. No worries. But yeah, it's all good. So let's go. Let's skip to 2010, and we're starting to move up the ranks a little bit, and we get to Nashville. We get to AAA.
Yep.
Talk about that experience and like maybe the step between, you've been at high A and double A. What was that next step to AAA like for you?
All right. Well, so the time before I spent in big league camp that year prepared me for AAA that year. And it really, really is what set me apart and really got me fired up to pitch in my AAA season.
Yeah.
I was unstoppable after that. I had a routine. I had like a Terminator routine that I was doing. I was running up stadiums. I was throwing medicine balls through the ground. I was doing everything I possibly could to just throw gas, and it was awesome. And from hot cold baths, everything I could possibly think of. But the biggest that was what really did it, and I locked in. I was in the mound, and I just remember it being so not easy, simple. I broke it down into very simple mechanics. Very simple. Lift the leg, arm up, and fire.
Yeah.
At that point, I had worked on my mechanics to muscle memory, so it was going in. They were going in the right spots already. So all I had to do was just get the timing right.
Yeah. It's
Yep.
second nature at that point. You don't have to think about it.
Right. I had been doing it straight for so long.
Man, that's incredible.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. There was a lot of intensity during that time when I was pitching.
So you only appear in 11 games in 2010, and then you get the call. Walk us through emotions, what's going through your head when you get pulled in and told that you're going up to the show.
Oh, just pure elation. Just, this is what I've worked for my whole life. Thank God I actually did it. I did it. I can't believe it.
Is it almost like I don't want to say like a sigh of relief, but like, does it take a lot of pressure off? Like you're trying to get there and then you finally hear those words. Does that kind of settle you a little bit? Does it amp you up? Like, which way does it go? Does it do a little bit of both?
It does both. It just puts you in like a poof, like one of those dreamlike states, that you can't really forget. And I'll tell you what, I got to the airport and Gord Ash had to call me and tell me that I wasn't getting called up because the catcher Zorn got hurt and they had to call up LaCroix instead.
Oh, no way.
Yes way.
So your first call up, you didn't even get called up. You got called.
No.
Oh man, what?
No.
Oh, that's terrible.
I asked the GM, I said, "Are you joking with me, right?" He said, "No."
Oh.
Yep. I went back to the field and everybody's doing exactly what you're doing, and they were like, "Oh, dude, we're so sorry."
Wow.
Dude, that's another one, man. That's the first one for us. We've never heard that one, man. That's
the first
crazy.
call up that wasn't actually a call up.
Yep, got all the way to the airport, got to like the terminal door.
Oh,
yep.
You're like, sorry guys, I'm already on the plane. I'm coming to Milwaukee. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I got the seatbelt on. Sorry.
Dang, man, that's crazy.
Amazing. So they call Jonathan LaCroix up, and you go back to the ballpark. Oh,
yep.
Man.
So how far after that?
I think I threw like a bullpen, and then either the next day or the day after that, I got called up.
Okay.
So, yeah, it was just a matter of time after that, but yeah. Oh my God.
Wild,
were you at
man.
the second time? Were you at the airport nervous they were going to call you again?
Yes, I remember my agent sent his two like underling guys just to see me off to make sure everything went smoothly.
Yeah, that's when he's going to the airport with his phone off.
Yeah.
like
Oh,
don't yeah,
that's what they told me to do. I think that's what they told me to do.
just shut your phone off, dude. You're going, man.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But man, that's crazy. What a moment. So,
Yeah.
all right, let's go. You're in Milwaukee. The first time you step on a mound or the phone rings in the bullpen, get me Braddock. What is your process? What's going through your head there, making your big league debut?
It's May 23rd, 2010, and I get the call. My mom's there, my sister's there, and they managed to make it to all the way out to Minnesota, and I can hear her from the stands. I can actually hear my mom from the stands because she's so loud. I can actually tell the difference between her and the rest of the crowd.
Funny.
And it was amazing. It was amazing, and I remember Trevor Hoffman told me, when you get out there, I want you to take it all in. I want you to look to the left, look to the right, look in front of you, look behind you, take it all in.
Yeah.
Take the entire moment in. It's the first time you're going to get to do it. It's the last time you're going to get to do it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was pretty special.
That's awesome. And
then I was rocking and firing, going for it.
So, first batter you faced then, do you know who it was?
Oh, no. No, I don't. No, I don't.
It's all right. Just a blur. I get it.
Yeah. I know Michael Kadire was in there somewhere.
Okay.
One of the first ones.
Let's see. Man. So we got a couple. Who was the best hitter you ever faced?
The best hitter I ever faced? Either Ichiro or Pujols.
Oh. Good guys to choose from.
Yeah.
Who would you rather face? He's like neither.
Yeah.
I don't know. They could both hurt you so different ways.
Yeah.
Different kinds of ways. I guess Ichiro, but because I could, my fastball might work better against him, but I don't know. Yeah, that's a tough call.
Yeah.
That's a tough call. I did manage to get both of them striking out, though. So
yeah.
Wow. Pretty say you struck out Ichiro and Pujols. Those guys are pretty good hitters.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I'm looking at the box score to see if I can. So the Twins had Denard Span, Orlando Hudson, Morneau, Kadire, Kubel, Delman Young, Brendan Harris, Trevor Plouffe, Drew Butera in their lineup at the time that you went in.
Gotcha.
So, man, that's incredible.
That's a pretty good lineup too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going back here. Hold on. Sorry.
That's right. So who's was there a particular hitter when you think back that you just had really, really good success against? There's a guy you saw a few times that you just had his number.
I'm trying to think. Not one specific guy. No, I don't know if there was one specific guy, but I know there was one guy who had my number.
Perfect. That was the next question I was going to ask. So who is that?
pretty sure Aubrey Huff of all people had my number. I don't know how he did it, but I'm pretty sure if you look up the numbers against me, he hit me every time. Every time it's like he knew the ball was coming, where it was coming.
Yeah,
I don't know.
He was a pretty dang good hitter there for a while, for a stretch.
Yeah.
All right, I'm looking it up real quick here.
So according to Michael, he said the first batter was Drew Butera. You popped him out to right field.
Okay.
Okay, nice. Love that.
We got some guys that are really good at baseball research in our chat. So yeah, probably a pretty reliable answer.
Yeah. You can check out that actually my game if you on YouTube, if you type in Zach Braddock debut, that's about the only video you can find of me. Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
That's awesome. I'll definitely look at it after the show. So
yeah, I found some clips of you in the minors, and you mentioned kind of the lift the leg, rock and fire. Like you had very simple mechanics.
Yeah.
Very repeatable, but it worked. You had a lot of downhill momentum you built into that fastball.
Yeah, I had a lot of explosion towards the back end. I would really get through the ball. I'd really use my legs towards the end and really explode through the ball and throw. I don't know, out in front.
Are those mechanics you kind of built in the minors, or did you always throw like that?
No, I kind of always threw like that, but I built that. I perfected it in the minors. Definitely, I perfected that. Able to strengthen up that, be able to do that.
Yeah. All right. So here's some guys that kind of had your number. Joe Mauer was 3 for 3, and you are right. Aubrey Huff right there, 2 for 3.
Yeah.
But gave up no homers to either one of them. So that's good. Yeah. Some guys where you had Adrian Gonzalez had no hits off you. Pujols was 0 for off you and 2 plate appearances. So yeah, I mean, a lot of guys took 0-fers off you. You had pretty good stuff.
Pujols hit lefties well. That's saying a lot.
Yeah.
I remember fighting. I remember fighting for that. I wanted it really bad against him.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
You get to that level, you want to face the best, right? I mean, that's like your mentality at that point.
Yeah. And I wasn't cocky by any means. I never liked that in a player, cockiness, but I worked hard. Like I wanted to show my shit. Like I wanted to see if it measured up. Basically, I wanted to prove that my stuff measured up, and that's how it went.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So if you're facing Albert Pujols, you got a 3-2 count. You know, what is your go-to pitch? What is that pitch you're reaching back for when you've got to have it?
Fastball.
Oh,
yeah.
Fastball. Now, yeah, I'm thinking slider in the dirt though, but if I can explode a fastball up, just put it right past them, that would be great.
Yeah. What was your max velocity?
Were you a 4-seam or a 2-seam guy?
Yeah, 4-seam guy.
4-seam, okay.
So what was your max velocity on your fastball?
Max velocity like 97, 98.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I'm the reverse of that. Probably 78, 79 is my top. So that's awesome. Who was your skipper at that time in Milwaukee? Was it Maka?
I think it was Maka.
Okay.
Yeah, it was Ken Maka.
Nice. We have another question. Favorite ballpark in which to pitch? Where was your favorite place to pitch?
Favorite place to pitch. St. Louis wasn't bad. They took care of their mountain ice, and it was big. it was like a dropping off a mountain. Because I remember those guys loved that. You felt right on top of the hitters.
Yeah.
Yeah, pitching in St. Louis was nice.
That's crazy. So you're literally the fourth or fifth former player that we've had on that has said Busch Stadium was their favorite, and honestly, not even close.
Yeah.
So that's amazing. That's crazy.
Yeah. And the hotel was right next to it. So
nice.
That's convenient.
Yeah.
How about flip side, worst stadium that you were just like, please don't put me out here?
Oh, worst stadium. Phew. Miami was pretty bad when it was bad.
Oh, like Joe Robbie Stadium days?
Yeah, before. Yeah. Right. I think I put the end of that, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it Joe Robbie or Pro Player at that point? Either way, it was terrible. That ballpark was bad.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah. I mean, nobody liked it. Just even the hitters didn't like it. It was a bad backdrop. It was just a weird place.
Yeah, it was weird. And it was really far away from everything. Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Did you ever throw in Colorado?
I was just going to say that. I loved Colorado. I hated it and I loved it. I had a love-hate relationship with it. I loved it for many reasons. Loved the city. Loved the way it looked. It was beautiful. They even had like a garden in the bullpen. It's ridiculous. But throwing there, your nerves are on the line like all the time. You're just like, it's ridiculous. You gotta keep the ball down. Keep the ball down, boy. You know?
Yeah. Fly balls leave there regularly for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, with ease.
Yeah. It's crazy.
As big as that outfield was, they still carry through it.
Got another question. Did you ever get a chance to throw at Fenway?
Yes, I did. And I got to go up in the scoreboard.
Nice.
It was I liked going there. Yeah. Fenway was very interesting. Going up and walking above the fans, and when they were going to the concessions and stuff. And that was really cool. That's how we got to the clubhouse. And it was just amazing to feel history.
Yeah.
You know, it was so cool. See all the people that lived there in those houses with the stuff on the roof, and it's just so cool.
Yeah. So other ones, like other historical parks like Wrigley, Dodger Stadium. What about those places?
Yeah, I don't know if I had the chance to. I don't know if I did.
Gotcha. Because Brewers weren't NL when you were there, were they? Had they switched over yet?
No, they were. I just don't
think you got a chance to pitch there.
No, I don't.
Gotcha.
I don't think I got a chance.
Dang. We have a comment that says, I would just brag about getting Pujols out everywhere I went. I mean, man, it might be the best first baseman ever and best right-handed hitters ever. Man, yeah.
I don't know how far it'll get you. I don't know how far it gets you in life after baseball, but, I'll keep it in my back pocket, but thanks.
We'll make you a
starter.
Yeah, we'll make you a T-shirt that says "I got out Albert Pujols."
You should send Albert Pujols a shirt that just says "Property of Zach Braddock."
Oh,
man,
this is peon.
Yeah. So like, how about pitching in the heat? This is a good question. So like Arlington, Texas, or like places like that. How was it in that extreme heat down there?
Back to Miami. Now we're back to Miami with that AstroTurf and it heating up to like 120 degrees.
Oh,
That was serious crap. That was terrible. That was some surreal stuff. Just having to cool down, ice baths, everything, making sure your body core temperature was down
Yeah.
before you went out, because if your legs were jello, you're useless.
Yeah.
You're useless. So
Yeah. I mean, not to mention your feet are on fire probably standing
Yeah.
on
Oh,
that AstroTurf.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
I remember they'd show the on-field thermometers during the game, and they were always insane. But like, did you guys have a trick when you're out in the bullpen to try to stay cool on those crazy days?
I don't know. I don't know if we even sat in the bullpen on those days.
Smart.
Yeah, probably a good case to go just wait in the clubhouse till they need you.
Yeah, I think they had us in the air conditioning on those days.
Brutal.
Yeah. No thanks.
9 innings in that's got to be miserable for the guys on the field. That's
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah. It's weird though. You build up a tolerance. Excuse me.
Okay.
You do build up a tolerance, and I don't know. It's just it's you just get used to sweating. You just get used to it. I
Yeah.
guess. I guess that's the way it is. Like you just get used to a full body sweat, and then you're just like, oh, okay. I got my entire body soaked. I guess that's just what I do.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, there's something for when you're pitching, like getting a good sweat going, like it kind of gets you into that rhythm. But that's a whole nother type of sweat when you're on a field's 130 degrees.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. When you stop sweating is the problem. Yeah.
Right.
Yes, that is a problem.
All right. So 2010 ends, 2011 comes around, and it looks like they start you in AAA. What happened in 2011? What was your kind of journey through 2011?
2011 was a little is a little sideways for me. My shoulder wasn't acting right. It really well, side note, in double A, I found out that there was a small tear in my shoulder. And I rehabbed it and just, always did a lot of shoulder work. Now, after the season, after 2010 and being the doors blown open and you're going whenever you're called and all that, after the season, I could really feel it in my shoulder, kind of, a little bit of a difference. And then when 2011 came along, something just wasn't firing the same way. And I was working on mechanics. I was trying to piece together some different things, and it just wasn't working out. In 2011, it just wasn't working out.
Yeah. So you do try to rehab it. You come back up to Milwaukee, and then is that when does the shoulder just give out completely there, or what happened there to kind of?
Yeah, it pretty much gave up. Oh, me. Yeah, and I had to have it redone.
So that was 2012, and then you played indie ball for a good 5 years after that. So
Yeah.
I mean, you still got to play some ball at a high level.
Yep.
Man. How much of a difference for you was? I mean, obviously, right? The MLB is the top level. What kind of adjustment was that going from the MLB to indie ball? Because I mean, there's still some great talent in independent ball, but
Yeah.
what's that adjustment like?
That was a little shocking. Just the entire difference between the two, but but some of the talents though weren't where they were comparable. Definitely. I mean, I was seeing guys hit balls so hard in indie ball. You know, I just there's definitely a team factor in indie ball that it's not. Well, I shouldn't say that because it's definitely like that in the big leagues as well. It's harder to find a good team togetherness, chemistry. But I think at least in indie ball there was some of that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So, as somebody who went through a Tommy John, Zach, when you look at today's baseball and today, where it seems like Tommy Johns are just a way of life for pitchers.
Yeah.
What is your take on kind of current pitching mechanics, the current state of pitching, this whole max effort argument? Is this how it's always been, and we're just seeing more injuries because we're more aware of it, or has something really changed?
Well, I mean, something has definitely changed in regards to how we're. I mean, getting these kids to throw 102, all of them. Like, I'm like, I can't believe how many are throwing in the hundreds. And that's from all the training from the young ages. We're having them train from 4 years old with physical trainers all the way up. And something is different. But now to say that's worse, I don't know. I don't know if it's worse, but the relevancy with Tommy John, I think it is just the way it goes. That ulnar collateral ligament, that ligament is not strong. Right. It does not take the force that we put on it in baseball. It's not meant to take that force. Those tendons that they put in there, those are strong enough to take it after they do. But that ligament's not strong enough to take the beating of a major league athlete.
Yeah. So do you think like the number of Tommy Johns has remained the same and it's just becoming more in the forefront because, bigger stars are getting them? Or, I mean, obviously they've always been around, but do you think the numbers have increased or just the number of people paying attention to who's getting Tommy Johns?
Well, I definitely think with the way media is now and everything, we're able to get the information out there. So definitely more people know and are more aware. But I think they're happening more. I mean, they have to be if the kids are throwing harder than, but their mechanics could be better. It's really up to how the mechanics are. That's how it boils down. If the mechanics are good and smooth and not placing the stress on the elbow as much, then the kid might get away with it if he's still throwing that hard. If the mechanics are stressing the elbow entirely, then that could be a problem for him.
Yeah. How about the thoughts on guys who have elective Tommy John surgery?
Now, elective Tommy John surgery, I mean, I hear you. You might as well get it done. I get you. Like, the rehab makes you stronger. I get it. And the tendons are stronger and you don't have to worry about it afterwards. But, coming from a guy who had scar tissue and had to deal with his nerve tunnel, have to be cleared out and cleaned out and all that stuff, it's not all sunshine and rainbows once you get Tommy John and you automatically throw 100. It's the hard work that you put behind it that really makes the difference.
Yeah.
It's sitting a kid down and training him on how to throw hard and what it takes to throw hard, and that's what Tommy John surgery really does. Is it puts him in the physical therapist in with a physical therapist or something like that, and it really sits them down and teaches them how to take care of themselves.
Yeah.
They learn themselves, so that's a big part of it.
So that nerve tunnel surgery. So Mark talked about that too. So he had kind of a similar thing happen where he was like picking up a ball and he's like, I can't feel my fingers anymore. Was that kind of the same way with you?
A little bit the same. I know his was more in his wrist, I believe.
Yep.
Mine was in my elbow. There's your nerve kind of sits in I guess you call it like it slides back and forth in your elbow. And if there's any kind of scar tissue or fascia that's built up in there, it won't slide. And that's what had happened to me. I just built up scar tissue from the surgeries, and they had to go in and clean it out. It wasn't allowing it to slide, and when it wasn't sliding, it would feel like Tommy John.
Dang.
Interesting. Yeah. So was there so you mentioned you were still starting games in single A. It looks like when you moved to double A, they moved you to the bullpen. Was that just a better fit for you, or was there something that kind of decided you should move that direction?
I think I think we made the conscious decision that was gonna suit me better. I mean, as soon as we did it, as soon as we made that adjustment, my velocity jumped, and my my accuracy tightened. So it gave me two different things. So I guess I locked in a little bit more when I came into in for just one or two innings. But it was definitely the workload. It was definitely easier on the arm. It was definitely a conscious decision too on the arm situation.
And it's a completely different mindset too, right? Like on how you attack hitters. Like are you more aggressive? Are you more like, do you plan it out more or both?
I was way more aggressive. I had a game plan of some of the guys with the catchers, some of the guys that I'd worked against before, that worked some of the things that I worked before that we'll work backwards on this guy this time then, if we got him all that way, but for the most part, just attacking them aggressively was the name of the game when you relieve, because half of the players are tired from just playing, being out there. Now they're seeing we're all ready, coming right at you. They have to deal with that.
Yeah.
Did you?
Good point.
I mean, I think I know the answer to this, but like coming into a clean inning versus coming in with runners already on.
Oh yeah.
What's the kind of the mindset difference there?
The mindset difference is those aren't your runners, and you need to protect them because you don't want your boy's ERA to go back up.
Yeah.
You gotta help him out. You gotta help your teammate out. You need to protect that. You need to protect your team, keep those runs from coming in. You gotta protect your fellow pitcher, and you gotta sit those boys down.
Yeah.
You gotta sit them down, and that's the mentality. That's how you got to go into it. You got to use all that. You got to use all that kind of grit and stuff to go out there and get after them.
Yeah.
Did coming in with guys on base make you change your approach? or would you still attack guys the same way? You're just more conscious of the fact you've got traffic on the bases.
Well, I had to because I couldn't just throw fastballs. I couldn't throw down fastballs and throw down signs, so I'd have to change my signs up a little bit. And I most of the time it didn't affect it too much, but I definitely was more protective but aggressive. Yeah, protective but aggressive.
Makes
Love
sense.
that. Do you have a favorite plate umpire?
Randy Wolf's brother was pretty good.
Everybody says that.
Yeah,
Love this guy.
everyone said that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I mean,
For you,
coming out of the bullpen, you probably didn't get to know the umpires quite as well as the starters because you're
Yeah,
probably
we
not out there as
didn't.
long.
Yeah, we didn't. But yeah.
were you ever instructed to plunk someone?
Was I ever? No, I never got the chance.
I love that. I love that.
You seem disappointed.
I was so disappointed. I was ready to Ventura somebody. Yeah.
Absolutely love
That's
that,
amazing.
man. If you could prime Zach Braddock, if there is a hitter today that you could face in your prime, who would you want to face right now?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't even. Oh, I would want to face Schwarber.
Power against power. I love it.
Yep.
That's
I want to make it right now, boy. And I'm from New Jersey, so he's hitting them for the fills and all that stuff. Yeah, okay. Okay.
I love that pick. That's a great pick.
That is a good one. I like that one.
Yeah.
Most people would jump to Judge or Ohtani, but I think Schwarber's a great matchup because that is just power on power.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Oh, I didn't even think it. That was good. But yeah, that's Schwarber. Yeah. Power on power.
Yeah. Love it.
I like it.
Man. All right. What about somebody in the past? Any baseball player?
Any baseball player I could face. Ken Griffey Jr.
Another great pick.
Love it.
See if that swing could meet up with it, or if I could blow it past it.
I love that he's picking the lefty-lefty matchup, so he's already got a leg up.
Sure.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
And then I wonder who else. Who else would it be? Let's see. Pete Rose.
Oh, that'd be a good
Pete
one.
Rose. Gritty. He'd probably have my number somehow.
Yeah.
I don't
He had
know.
a lot of people's numbers. That dude was a contact machine.
He had a lot of people's numbers off the field as well, so that's fine.
Those are different numbers, Nick.
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny. Man. Well,
that's so cool. I gotta ask a total fan question. So
sure.
So when you're on the mound and some of these, these massive superstars come to the plate, does it enter into your mind that is who it is, or is it just the next batter to you? Can you separate the kind of the stardom of some of these players you would face versus, just them being the guy you got to pitch to next?
So, yeah, to me, I didn't care. I didn't care who you were. You were going to have to deal with whatever I was throwing at you. And I would make the superstar guys, I would come in on them. I would make them duck, and I was not playing around with those guys. I was I would dust them off, brush them off, all that stuff, just to let them know I was there to play. So that's how I would attack it. Yeah,
I love the old school mentality. That's my plate. Get off of it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
That's incredible. Well, we really appreciate you coming on and sharing your incredible story, Zach. This was absolutely a blast, man. I mean, you dropped my jaw a couple times in this interview. I was just like, man, mind blown. But
Yeah.
absolutely incredible. And thanks for sharing your journey and how unique it was and how special it was. And it's so cool that you got to the show. You got to a level where all of us could only dream to go. So congrats on that. And thank you so much for joining us. It was a blast.
Thank you so much, buddy. Appreciate you guys.
Of course, man. Anytime, man. Just send me a message. I would love to have you back on, talk some ball if anything comes up. So
all right, sounds good.
All right. Take care, Zach. Thank you so much.
Zach. Appreciate it.
See you guys.
Man, what a wild ride.
Can you imagine getting called up and then getting the airport? It's like, yeah, no, you know what? Never mind. That's the wildest story I've heard. Yeah.
That one. And then his opening line to me. Oh yeah, let's go all the way back to the beginning. And in T-ball, I get a ball off the face and I almost die. I'm just like, okay, that's not where I thought this was going.
No, that's amazing.
Man, oh man. But that was a great question to end on, Harrison, because like you can see the different mentality that these guys that played in the MLB have. He's like, I don't care who you are. I'm brushing you off the plate. I'm coming after you because I'm just as good as you are. I'm here too.
I get nervous facing Pujols in the show. Like, forget about facing Pujols in real life. Like, I just and it, like I said, it's a total fan question because like I don't know that I could separate the fact that like that's Albert Pujols. Holy crap! And I love the old school attitude of like I don't care who you are. I'm gonna brush you off. That's my plate. Get off of it, and I own it. And you're gonna get what I give you. I love that mentality, but I think to your point, that's what makes these guys different is that I don't care who you are. Like, I'm not reading the headlines. You're the next guy I've got to mow down and I'm here to do a job.
Yeah. Absolutely incredible, man. I love it.
And I loved his thoughts on like when I come in with guys on base, like I got to protect my guy. I got to protect my pitcher. Like those guys can't score. You know, that idea of it's not just protecting the lead, but like I've got to help my pitcher out. Like it's that like fraternity type feel. Like that's my brother. I got to take care of him.
Yeah. I just, man, it's absolutely incredible. I love the fact that we have had, these guys that have, not necessarily make a huge stamp on the MLB, but they've been there and it's still the dream. They got to live the dream.
Yeah. They're in the book.
Exactly. It doesn't matter. They're one of the 23,000 people that ever do it. That's such a small number when you look at it.
It really is.
It can't even fill an MLB stadium. Think about that. That stat to me blows my mind. Yep. But every story is so uniquely different that it's like, yes, there are similarities, but just their road on how they got there is so cool. And that's the part that I love. I love listening. Like, how did you get there? Like, what were you thinking? What were you feeling? Because everything you did obviously worked because it got you to the show. And so what did you do to get there?
Yep.
Because me, myself, didn't quite have that mindset to take that next step. So like, I love hearing about the guys that did, right? Some of it's opportunity, but a lot of it is talent and mindset and hard work. Like he said, and you never really break it down and think about it, is the Tommy John. It's not necessarily the surgery itself that makes you stronger. It's the rehab and it's the focus on those muscle groups, those tendons to get you back in shape. It's the rehab that makes you stronger, not necessarily
kind of relearning how to pitch.
Right. It's not necessarily the surgery itself that makes you stronger. It's the rehab after.
Yeah.
Like, damn.
Well, and what tells you a lot about him was in his story where he had the shoulder issue and he's like, I really locked in rehab. Like that's what turned everything for me because I I realized nobody's coming to help me. Like, I got to do this.
Right.
And like he locked in, dedicated himself, and ran through the minors when he came back. So it just these guys are different in that sense. Like, I forget who it was I asked. Like, I asked them, when did you realize you had a chance? And he's like, I always thought I had a chance.
Yeah, right.
Like, I never thought I didn't have a chance.
Yeah.
Might have been Shump that said that, but I was like,
Yeah.
damn, that's a really good answer, because in your mind, this was never not going to happen.
Right. Yeah.
Like, it wasn't a dream. It was just waiting for reality to take place.
Yeah. That's such a separation of mindset there. It's not even funny, but
yeah,
yeah,
it's different.
Yeah, it's so hard to get there, Marty. You're right. And that's why I love listening to those stories, because it's absolutely incredible. Yeah. It's hard to get there. It's even harder to stay, right? That next young kid's looking to take your job. And we've heard that from everybody.
I think that's what I've heard more than anything is the staying there, the injuries, and how quickly, I mean, Braddock came up and he was in 2010, he was a dominant reliever. Yeah. Little shoulder issue completely derails things. And the Brewers didn't wait long before they moved on. Like, this is a brutal game. We've heard these guys talk about the business side of it and how ugly it can be, but it is not a forgiving game.
No, but absolutely incredible. Thank you, Zach, for coming on, man. That was really, really cool to relive that, man. I loved every second of it. So,
I mean, I'd love to just throw a few pitches at 97, 98 and see what that's like.
Dude, like I said, I was like on the backside of that 78, 79, if I was lucky. Yeah, it's wild, man.
Different.
I could never imagine seeing what a baseball looks like coming out of my hand at 98, but
no, I've seen it come at me at 98, but I've never thrown one that hard.
Yep, same. Yeah, a dream that all of us have had, very few achieve, 1,000%. So really cool to talk to those guys. So again, thank you, Zach. Appreciate it. All right, let's get to some news. This one was a heartbreaker. Was watching this the other night. JT Ginn takes the no into the ninth. I think I actually sent you a text, Harrison, because as soon as I flipped it over, what happened? He gives up a base hit. It is the curse of the Nick Arno watching no hitters. As soon as I turn to it, it gets lost. So
every time.
But that's not even the heartbreaking part of it. Is he gives up the base hit to Adam Frazier, then gets walked off by Zach Neto, and I mean, it was like brutal, man. It was base hit and then next pitch, boom, game over, and you're just like, wait a minute, what just happened?
It was fast. It was just like, it was instant. It was just like cruising. And it was like, boom, boom, game over. And it's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the poor guy looked shocked coming off the mound. It was like, what the hell just happened?
But I'm telling you right now, I watched the post game to that, and I am very impressed with the maturity on that young team. They interviewed Nick Kurtz, and Nick Kurtz goes, JT Ginn pitched his ass off for us. It is on us. It is on us as an offense not getting him enough runs.
Yeah.
This isn't on JT. He just pitched the game of his life. This is all on us. For a young kid, young superstar to say that and put share the blame, put the blame on him, actually. He didn't even give any blame to JT. He was just like, it's on us. We didn't give him enough runs. We got to do better. That says a lot about what Kotze's doing in that clubhouse, and what that A's team really has going there.
Yeah, it is, and I think that Kotze deserves a lot of credit for that, because that's how he was as a player. Kotze was a guy that guys generally loved playing with. He was a team guy. I think you've got some young players that see what they're building here, and they want to get there. I think for the first time in a while, you look at this athletics team and you're like, they are absolutely heading the right direction. And you've got a lot of guys that are bought in and want to see where this can go.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right, Scott. For a team that hits, right? Like, absolutely.
Yeah, right. Yeah, this is a team that usually isn't they're not worried about scoring runs. It's what they do.
Yeah. Yeah. So like said, I screwed him. I said Neto was going to win it before the inning started. I feel so bad. And Marty, yeah, I mean, he should have been yanked after giving up the hit. I kind of agree. He was at 102 pitches, I believe, after giving up the hit. So like, yeah, I agree with that.
I agree that he probably should have been taken out, but I like that Kotze basically said, "All right, kid, this is your game.
Yeah.
You bring us home."
Yeah.
And I honestly, as crushing as that loss probably was, it was probably a great experience for him to go through it and rebound from it. And I can appreciate why Kotze did what he did.
Yeah, for sure. And they came back the next game and they just absolutely blew out the Angels. So
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like they heard what Kurtz had said. They're like, you're right. We're going to show up better tomorrow.
yeah. Yeah, Aaron, A's are going to be a beast once they get to Vegas, 1,000%.
Yeah.
The A's have the AL MVP right now and legit 3 guys making All-Stars. Yeah. I mean, the A's are going to be fun to watch, and I continue to watch them.
I'd say I'm with you. I see them playing, and it's like, yeah, I'm going to put that game on.
Yep, 1,000%. All right, Royce Lewis, option to the minors. Is this a huge bust for the Twins or just a product of his injuries?
I mean, I think it's both.
Okay,
I mean,
that's fair.
I mean, I think he is a product of his injuries. But I do think he ends up going down in the record books or kind of going down in the fans' minds as a huge bust. I mean, this guy was a number 1 overall pick in 2017. He was going to be the guy. And this is his 5th season, and he's played a whopping 289 games.
Oh God, that's nauseating.
Yeah, and he's got a 246 career batting average, 49 home runs, 169 RBIs, a 304 OBP. He's got average numbers, below average numbers, and he can't get on the field. Like, I feel like it's a combination of the injuries have definitely derailed his career. The performance has been there in stretches, but they've been short stretches. And I can't think there's anything but bust labeled on him when all is said and done.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm with you for all the reasons. Listen, when this guy is right, he is one of the best in the league. We saw that playoff stretch where he was finally healthy and he had like 5 straight games with a homer. Like, I mean, he was just unreal. Couldn't get him out, but injuries are part of it.
Yep.
Injuries are a huge part of it. So I'm with you. I think it is a bust.
It's such a disappointment, though. He's so talented, but
so talented.
But I mean, so for like the 1 month of his career that he's been like fully healthy, he's absolutely incredible. It's just sad that, we're really not going to see it.
Yeah. Brutal.
Yeah. And Mike Reed asked the question of, or kind of makes a statement of he needs to change the scenery if he's going to have any hope of having a career. And I do think
Marty asked the same question.
Yeah. A change of scenery probably wouldn't be bad, but unfortunately for him with it being health, unless you're going to put him in like on a field line with mattresses and tires so he can't bump into anything or get hurt, I don't know that it changes.
Yeah.
I mean, he's, whether he's playing in Minnesota or Florida or, LA, I just don't think he physically can hold up.
Yeah. Michael says it's the curse of Kent Herbeck. He never should have pulled Ron Gant off first. He
didn't pull Gant off the base. They fell together, Michael. Come on, go watch the replay.
Yeah. Anyways,
I'm just gonna get him fired up.
All right. PCA is fined, not suspended, but fined for that viral clip that's going around. I'm not gonna quote it on the show. But,
yeah, please don't.
Again, do you have an issue with Pete Crow Armstrong saying something? I mean, we've all seen the video. So
it was a pretty aggressive response.
It was aggressive response, but she was also being pretty aggressive to begin with. So do you have a problem? I know we've kind of talked about this and we might go back and forth on it, but do you have a problem with him saying something back to her?
I don't have a problem with him saying something back to her. I do have a problem with what he said and how he said it.
And how was that, Harrison?
Not very nice.
Okay.
And I think and I go back to like, we talked about it with kind of the Jarren Duran situation. Like fans need to be better, but these guys, there's only 750 of them that are out there as MLB players. They are held to a higher standard, and they have to be because they represent their city, their organization, the history, the players that came before them, et cetera, et cetera. Like they have to be better.
Yeah.
They have to be able to rise above it. And you're a professional athlete. Like, you've been heckled and screamed at your whole life. Like, this is nothing new. You have to know the situation and know that you have to be better than that. I've seen we've seen many players kind of get a banter going with fans and all that. And like, that's all cool because it's not nasty, but
Right.
you can't turn and respond the way he did. That was a young guy who was frustrated after the play went down and just kind of snapped at her.
Yeah. Marty, I would look it up. We would explain it. We try to keep our show PG to PG-13 here. So pretty much it was rivalry weekend. They're in Chicago. They're in the South Side. I think they played at the White Sox last weekend. This is when it happened. But she's like on field level in the outfield, and she's pretty much swearing and yelling at Pete Crow Armstrong. After the play was over, he turns around and says some nasty stuff. So that's kind of what we're talking about here. But yeah, Greg, I'm with you here. I hate this modern MLB thing where fans can say whatever the heck they want, but the second players react, everyone turns on them. And I'm with you, right? I mean, I'm with Harrison as well, right? There is a line, right? If it's a good, clean heckle, like, players shouldn't get bent out of shape, right? There is a line, right? Was it last year when fans were yelling at Ketel Marte? His mom had just recently passed away, and they were just
terrible.
like digging at it. I mean, that's crossing the line, right? Telling Jaron Duran to go himself, also over the line. You can't do that and not expect a response. But unfortunately, not everybody is of sound mind as well. I'm maybe not of sound mind, but you know what I'm saying. Like, people are saying that to get those reactions out of that. And I think it was Joseph Greer or somebody said it in the chat, and I thought it was awesome. Was some people have to live off the souls of others because they don't have one. And I thought
that's a good one.
I thought that was an absolutely, like, it fits here perfectly, right? The people that say that at baseball games is looking to pull something out of somebody else like that, whether it's positive or negative. So I'm happy that the league fined him and not suspended him. Right? I think it's a finable offense. Look, like, listen, hey buddy, I get it. I know what she was doing. It's a fine. Let's not do it again. Just don't do it again, or it probably will be a suspension.
Yeah, and he was very good about it, kind of the day after he cooled off, saying, "Yeah, I went too far. Like, I shouldn't have said that. It was the heat of the moment. I was mad about the catch." And he stood in front of his locker, and talked to the media, and went right through it. And I kudos. This is a young guy. He got caught up in the moment. What she said, it's hard to tell exactly what she said, but it didn't seem like it was that bad. And he just like turned and burned her. But but he owned it. He realized the day after, like, yeah, I can't respond the way I did. Like, and I shouldn't have engaged. And that's, it's hard. These guys are on TV, they're role models, kids are watching. Like, you can't do that. And I know it's not always fair because the fans can say whatever the hell they want, which, granted, the White Sox are dealing with her. Like, she's not welcome back. So, like, in the end, she kind of gets what's coming to her too. But as a Major League Baseball player with that jersey on and that emblem on your sleeve, you have to be the bigger person.
Yeah.
And it's not fair. But where you are a role model, you are an incredibly highly compensated athlete, you are representing an organization and a history and a fan base and a people and a city, you have to be better.
Yeah, I agree. Curtis says, I've seen worse in the NBA. As long as it's not super personal, it's going to happen. It is what it is. I embrace being the bad guy. No, I just think there is a line for sure. I love this guy.
I love this dude. He's awesome.
I love where it's like, Conforto, I bet you know how to fold a fitted sheet, you stud. I mean, like, that's fine, man. Like, I have no issues with that guy. It's a good, clean heckle. It's not personal. Like, that's fine, man. I don't have any issue with that. Like, But yeah, this one was definitely crossing the line a little bit. So
Yeah, and it also bothers me that fans feel like that's okay. Like it's okay to talk to another person that way. Like I don't care what jersey they've got on. Like I can't imagine yelling to another baseball player like somebody to Jaron Duran and tell somebody to go off themselves. Like it doesn't cross my mind that that's something that I would think I should say. Like
ever.
there's like no filter on some of these people. It's scary.
Well, and to me, like if someone's videoing that exchange, it's almost like premeditated. Like she's
Right.
like, "Hey, I'm gonna start screaming at PCA." So yeah, we see her screaming right there, but who knows how long before she was already giving it to him, right? And then finally, he's just like, "Okay, enough." Like you don't know, but because we see the short 30-second clip, because that's all our
Right.
ADHD brains can
That's
handle.
well, and that's all they show because they want to just like emphasize the moment to get more
Right.
eyes on it. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, Red Sox fan here. I've sat in the bleachers many times. It's horrifying what comes out of the bleachers. It
Mhm.
just is. And sometimes it's just mean. Sometimes it's downright, racist. And there's all kinds of bad stuff that comes out of the bleachers. But, how do you police 30,000 people? You do the best you can, but you can't catch it all.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm a big fan of, if I'm gonna heckle, it's gonna be about the game or past performances. So there was a group of us that went to a New Hampshire Fisher Cat game like many years ago, and we started like heckling, but we're just started with like the swing batter, and we couldn't pronounce the guy and like that was coming up. So I was like, let's do the next guy. So we do
Yeah.
the next guy, and we all stand up. There's like 25 of us, and we just start chanting single A, because it's a demotion from double A. And he strikes out, goes back to the dugout. We had a good clean heckle the entire game, all 4 at bats. He comes up in the last at bat and he lays down a sacrifice bunt and executes it, and we give him a standing ovation on his way back to the dugout. Like,
Nice.
it was the most fun I've ever had. People around us were like, that was absolutely incredible.
Yep.
Because you guys weren't swearing. You weren't like, you were having fun with it. And that's where it should go. It should never go to a personal attack.
No, it shouldn't. And I just think people in a world of social media and keyboard warriors, I think people have lost their bearings here.
Yeah.
And yeah, John's totally right. Like
Yeah.
this one was there. Was it a bachelorette party? Is that why she was there? Like she was definitely
Probably.
not. She was definitely enjoying some beverages.
Yeah. 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 Absolutely. All right. I saw this stat the other day, Harrison, and it absolutely blew my mind. Sort of. This guy's been so nasty. Mason Miller has thrown 650 sliders and not given up a single extra base hit on his slider. Like, you're not hanging them. Your swing and misses through the roof. I mean, holy smokes.
Have you seen his slider lately?
And no, I can't keep track of it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's this guy's stuff is gross. And then the fastball, the change of speed to the slider, like it's just not right. He came in a couple nights ago and closed the game out, and I'm just watching, going, dude, it's not fair.
No,
it's just not fair.
He had a rough outing against the Dodgers the other night, and he still gave up no runs. And it was like,
I know he hit a couple base runners. Ooh, tough. I mean, but like 104, he dots on the corner, and then he drops this slider, and at like 88, you're like, dude, no, it's just not right.
No,
just not right.
So, are we giving this guy Cy Young consideration? Has he officially entered the conversation here? Has he done enough to be like, we should start considering this guy? Now, I know that relievers have to have quite the season in order to be considered, but is he at least on the radar?
I mean, he's on like a 50 save pace with a sub-1 ERA, and twice as many strikeouts as innings pitched. So yeah, I mean, I think you have to. I mean, like there's no way you can ignore what he's doing. It's insanity. I mean, this is he's on a pace right now to be up there with the Eric Gagne season. Like he's not far off.
Yeah, man. This is the only reason to tune into a Padres game for me, but yeah, what he's doing is unreal.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
I
crazy.
watched the Padres get shut out last night with a lifeless offense, and I don't find them a fun team to watch, but I will absolutely watch when Mason Miller is coming in the game. It's gross what he's doing.
Yeah. Yeah, if he finishes this season as sick as this, he's in the conversation. I'm with you, Michael. If he maintains this pace, he's going to be very highly considered.
I mean,
however,
he's bending like the kind of the rules of what should be possible right now with what he's doing. Like there's nobody less hittable in baseball right now than this guy.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane. And I mean, the NL Cy Young race might be the most exciting race this season. No joke.
It's wild.
You got 4 guys legit right now, right? Miller, Ohtani, Sanchez, and Skeens pretty much fighting for it.
Yep.
Crazy. But
and not to mention, Mason Miller's entrance is fire. Like his entrance, I could watch his entrance on repeat.
Yeah, so good. All right. My boy finally hits his first career walk-off homer against the Giants. Ketel Marte. Giants have a 1-0 lead going into the bottom of the 9th. They get a runner on. Ketel Marte. They bring in a lefty to put up Marte right-handed, which that is his power side. I don't know why they did that, but that's Giants baseball. He takes
that's
a curve.
Called a new manager.
Yeah, he takes a curveball down and in and just absolutely smokes it. It does a bat flip, does a helmet flip. And the clip of the Giants broadcast is absolutely incredible. If you have not seen it, please look it up. Ketel Marte walk-off Tuesday night Giants broadcast. It is silent. The Giants broadcast says nothing. Ketel Marte's rounding first base, and then all of a sudden you just hear they just go unbelievable.
It was honestly like they turned the mics off because they're probably like screaming expletives. It was the weirdest silence I've ever heard.
But what killed me was the 30 seconds of silence and then the unbelievable. Just absolutely killed me for whatever reason. But I mean, man, for this to be Ketel's first walk-off homer, I thought was kind of crazy. But that Giants team, man,
yeah, that being his first career walk-off almost doesn't seem real. How is it in all the years he's been around with all the big hits he's had, he's never hit a walk-off homer?
Yeah,
shocking.
Yeah, wild. Yeah, Curtis says I heard it. Kuiper sounded like he was wounded. Yeah, I mean that has to hurt, right? For a Giants team that is grasping at straws to try to find something to turn their season around or to hang their hat on, right? They had played a great game up until that. I mean, 1-0 game. Giants were in it. They were in the driver's seat.
I know.
And for Vitello to bring in the lefty there, I thought was really weird. Ketel's a beast, no matter what side of the plate he's on, but you don't put the guy that's his power side.
Yeah, that was a big mistake.
And
Mike Reed says the Giants announcer's soul left his body on that call.
For sure. I could not. I was laughing. I was listening to that clip over and over because just the timing of the unbelievable was just so funny to me. Yeah. Hey, Vitello, this ain't the SEC. You're not joking, Marty. I mean, he's getting a rude awakening for sure.
Yeah.
Finding out what pro ball is all about.
And we have to go back to the Cy Young comment because we do have some folks in chat reminding us about Miz, as well as we did omit Chris Sale, who's come on real strong his last couple starts.
Whatever, Braves fans.
I mean, and so you're not wrong. Chris Sale's always in the Cy Young chat when he's healthy. Ask Boston fans how that worked out.
Yeah.
Not great.
No, agree. I mean, the National League has got some candidates, but there's plenty of season left, so we'll see how how it pans out. But yeah, just absolutely. I had to put that in because it was just the unbelievable was
And
just killing
that
me.
ball was tattooed.
Yeah, and it golfed it like 9-ironed it out of there. So,
It wasn't even like a great pitch to hit. Like he went
No.
down and got it.
Yeah, I mean, you see the shock on the Giants pitcher's face because he was like, "What's just that wasn't even a bad pitch. Like, dude, that was a waste pitch. I wasn't even trying to throw a strike there."
No, like that's the beauty of it is that like that was the pitch he wanted to throw, and Ketel Marte just beat him on it. But like you would throw that pitch, if you threw that pitch 10 times to Ketel Marte, maybe once he gets that thing in play,
Right.
and that was the one time.
Well, and he still didn't get it in play because he promptly put it out of play. So,
well, sorry, if in play, like as in terms of making contact and keeping it fair,
right? Yeah,
because like that's a ball 9 times out of 10, a right-handed batter yanks foul. Like that's a tough pitch to hit where he hit it.
Yeah, just absolutely crazy. But all right, before we move on to here, I didn't get to put it in because I came right from work. But last night Mariners game. So sorry to bring this up, John Temple, but I don't know if you saw it.
Can John handle another Mariners conversation right now? Like, should we check on him?
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure Dan Wilson is trying to find a way home. He left Luis Castillo in the game last night in the 9th inning with Munoz up in the bullpen and ready for a clean inning. And he doesn't bring him in. He leaves Luis Castillo out for inning number 9. If Munoz is available, why is he not in the game? He's your closer. Why are you leaving Castillo out there?
Yeah. The only thought I have is that Munoz has not been great this year. And the only thing I can think of, and I'm not trying to say I would have done the same thing, but the only thing I can think of from Dan Wilson's perspective is that Castillo had the hot hand and he was moving along pretty well. Munoz has not been great. Maybe you take your chances. Now, I would have brought Munoz in because Castillo had thrown a lot of pitches.
Yeah.
But I mean, I could at least understand that explanation, but I still wouldn't have done that.
I'm sorry, man. If my closer is available, I can see this move if Munoz has gone back-to-back games the 2 days before, right? I can understand this move. He's up and ready. Right? Up and ready. It wasn't even a complete game, Curtis, because I think Castillo had an opener. So it wasn't even a complete game. So I just don't get it. If your closer is ready, like he's on your roster to close games. If he's available, he's coming in. I don't care how much he's struggled.
Yep.
But like if he's struggling that much, take him completely out of the closer role. But if he's still your designated closer, bring him into the stinking game.
Yeah, and that's the point I was going to make is if he's still your closer, that's when you bring him in. Now, if you don't trust him, then he shouldn't be your closer anymore.
Right.
And no, Munoz has not been great. He's been good, but he's blown a few. His ERA's up. He's given up some long balls. Like he's given up. He's made some mistakes this year. He's given up some big hits. But that's exactly the position that you have a closer for.
Yeah. Yeah, John says Castillo was shaky the first 2 innings, had no business being in the game in the 9th, proving piggybacking doesn't work. Yeah, I had to bring that one up. I didn't have time to put it in the slide, but I was sitting there and I'm just like, he's trying to lose this game. Like I did not understand that move. And no matter what anybody tells me, even if Dan Wilson himself sat here and told me his reasoning, I still wouldn't believe it. Like, dude, what are you doing?
I can't justify what he did. All I can think of is maybe that was the angle he was coming from, but I still would never have done what he did.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he's trying to just like get creative because things have been a little off there, but like why not just go to what you know and take the safe one? Like you need the win. Like why would you not just take it?
Yeah. I don't know. Mind blowing to me, but
it doesn't make sense.
No. All right, I got some out of left field discussion topics for you fellas here, kind of all over the map. So here we go. Here's the first one. Besides Galarraga, Armando Galarraga's, obviously, what has been the most heartbreaking breakup of a no-hitter? Kind of talking about JT Ginn. What has been the most heartbreaking breakup of a no-hitter that you can remember?
Two come to mind for me. One is Mussina against the Red Sox with 2 outs in the 9th when he gave it up.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one was it Scherzer that hit or lost the perfect game to Tabata with the elbow?
Tabata, yes.
It wasn't a no-hitter loss. It was a perfect game loss. But like that one to me was epic because that was such a terrible, terrible call to let him just stick his elbow out over the plate and take it when like he was clearly not. He was making no attempt to get out of the way. If anything, he was trying to get in the way.
Yeah. Yeah, that one probably takes the cake for me too. I've completely spaced that one out. I put Kurt Schilling in here because his was broken up by a bunt hit, I think. Like late.
That's right. He was pissed too.
So pissed. And then he had one with the Red Sox in Oakland. I think he lost it with 2 outs in the 9th too. But that was like a legit base hit. But that one was pretty bad.
Yeah. I remember that one with Mussina. I'm pretty sure it was at Fenway, right? Where he lost it with 2 outs in the 9th, the Red Sox.
I believe so. Yeah.
Like even Red Sox fans were like disappointed by it. Like
right.
you could like hear the stadium get quiet. He got a big round of applause from the fans. Like the Red Sox dugout even kind of acknowledged him. Like that one, everybody felt. And that was like big time Red Sox Yankees rivalry period. And it was still disappointing that he didn't finish it.
Well, just think like you're a fan of the opposing, pitcher that's just absolutely mowing your guys down. You have a chance to see history. And it's just kind of ripped out from under you last second. That's kind of, yeah. Oh, Roy, how many did Roy Halladay have? I swear, dude took no hitters into the 8th his entire career.
Well, what about Pedro going 9 and losing in the 10th?
That one's bad too.
That one's pretty awful.
Yeah.
In hindsight, he deserved it, Curtis.
This is absolutely fair, man. I got nothing there.
That's terrible, but you're not wrong.
Oh, that one's terrible. Scott, a one-hitter. I threw a senior Babe Ruth when an outfielder overran a short fly ball and it dropped behind him. Oh, that's a brutal way to lose it too. Yeah, we just said that one, Michael. Pedro losing it in the 10th when he was in Montreal. That's a tough one too.
That's painful.
Yeah, with JT Ginn's just kind of reminded me of some other ones that were just like, man.
Yeah, and he is absolutely on the list of most painful because my goodness, like
I mean,
not just losing no hitter, but the way that game just gets away in an instant.
Yeah, that one was bad. I mean, not heartbreaking, but the more recent ones, Miles Mikolas for the Cardinals a couple of years ago, just because I don't think he's ever going to have another shot at a no-hitter.
He can't have a no-hit inning, let alone no-hit game.
That's what I'm saying. And like he lost his I think he lost his 2 outs in the 9th as well. But brutal. But
and then was it Nick Martinez that lost one last year in the 9th inning too? For the Reds?
Maybe. I'd have to look at it again. But I know Bowden Francis, who I have in this graphic, and also and Parker Messick too. I think was Messick this year or last year. I don't remember. My years are blurring together. And then Yamamoto had one as well.
Nick Martinez lost one last year in the 9th inning. It was a pinch hit double by Elias Diaz in the 9th inning.
Yep. And then Yamamoto had his no-hitter broken up in the first pitch at the top of the first by Jazz Chisholm when he was playing for the Marlins, if you remember that viral clip. So
yeah, he's got no-hit stuff any night. Talk about jinxing a guy right out of the gate.
Oh, my God, it was awesome. But, yeah. I mean, obviously, Galarraga's is the most heartbreaking ever, right? It has to be.
Oh, yeah, because that one, everybody knew it was wrong. Jim Joyce will take that one to his grave. Feeling bad about it.
Yeah, it was the Yamamoto one for sure. That's the real reason I have him in there. Was the Gunnar Henderson one? Yep. So.
Oh yeah, and Mike Reed was saying it was Carl Everett that broke up Mussina's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, with I think it was it wasn't a double, but it was kind of a ball in the gap.
Darvish.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. And Justin Verlander's on that list quite a bit too. He's got 3 no hitters, and then he's got 4 or 5 that were broken up real late too. So just crazy.
Yeah, I feel like Pedro had a ton of games where he'd get to like the 7th inning, 8th inning with no hits, and then somebody would drop one in, then he'd leave.
Yep. All right. Next one for you, Harrison. Besides the Dodgers, which organization would you say is best run from top to bottom?
Oh, Red Sox, for sure. Not even up for debate.
All right, moving on.
What do you think, Nick?
Angels were my guess. Angels were my vote.
Oh man, my answer might surprise you. I guess. Well, maybe not. I do think there are 2 teams to me that that stick out as teams that are just consistently well-oiled machines, and that is the Brewers, and that is the Rays. They do everything different than everybody else. They don't miss when they do things very often, and they're always competitive, even when you think they won't be. Now, I realize the Brewers GM, and I'm blanking on his name now. He's been the executive of the year like twice in the last 3 years. So like it's not like it's a secret, but they are very, very well run top to bottom and get by with a very shoestring budget.
Yeah. I mean, I'm with you. I was going Rays all the way here. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think it's not even up for debate. I mean, the amount of youth that they bring in, the farm systems they have. I mean, the Durham Bulls here in North Carolina are absolutely incredible. Like those players are ready to move up because of the atmosphere they play here in North Carolina, right? I would actually almost argue that the atmosphere here is better than it is in Tampa, but that's, another issue.
Yeah.
But like it's top to bottom. They're always there. So it's the Rays for me. The Cardinals is a great one, right? I
Yeah.
mean, think about it. We thought they were in absolute rebuild mode this year, and boy, did we miss that one. It looks like right now.
Yeah, I think that Mozeliak had some mistakes the last 2 years, and they've definitely missed on some young players. They've missed on some contracts they've signed. He did not clean house before he left like he should have. He left that mess to Chaim Bloom. But I do think that generally they have been very well run, minus some hiccups the last few years. And I think they'll continue to be well run because Chaim Bloom knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
One team that I've always really admired in how they've run, especially the last kind of 5+ years, is the Braves. I am a huge Alex Anthopoulos fan. I love what he's done in Atlanta. I love the culture they've created. I love the pipeline they've developed. I love the approach they've got to signing contracts. Injuries suck, and you can't predict or control that. But I'm a huge Anthopoulos fan. I think that guy does a tremendous job, and that organization really has their act together.
Yeah.
Usually.
Yeah. I'm with you. I think it's those 3 at the top for sure. Yeah, Curtis, this is a great point. The Brewers let Peralta go. They let their ace go, and they haven't lost a step. I mean, yeah, wild. But yeah, I'm with you. I think it's those 3: the Rays, the Brewers, and the Braves. I mean, they always find a way to compete, even when we're sitting here in the preseason. And I say we, I mean baseball world collectively, being like, these guys don't have a shot this year. This is the year the Brewers fall off, right? Oh, look, they're in the playoffs again. Oh, look, they're first in the division again, right? It's just year after year after year. Do they have enough to win? No. Do they have enough to lose the first round of the playoffs? Yes. But like it's those 3 teams year after year after year. They're always there. They're always in the discussion. They're always in the hunt. The Rays might not always get there, but they threaten every single year in one of the toughest divisions in the league.
Always.
Always.
And I do think it's worth noting that Chris Antonetti and the Cleveland Guardians do a very good job. Not quite at the same level as those teams. They're kind of like one notch below, but they've done an exceptional job the last, however many years of making that a competitive team with really not a lot to work with.
Yeah. Marty pandering to the host here. D-backs are decent. They are. They're kind of in that injury mode that the Braves are in, but I would say they have a good pulse on their kids in the farm. They have a lot of good young talent. The D-backs are decently run. I'm with you, and they got some great people over there with Hazen, Lavello. They got some good stuff happening in Arizona. So even when they're not supposed to compete like this year with the injuries, they're still playing pretty fun baseball to watch. So I'm with you. And they have young kids coming up and making impacts. This Waldschmidt kid is the real deal, man. He is all over the stat sheet every night.
He is.
So no wonder they let Alec Thomas go.
Yeah. And Mike Hazen is a Theo Epstein guy from that tree, very much cutting this out of the same cloth. Does a very nice job.
Yeah, absolutely. So just thought it was kind of,
wouldn't it? It'd be amazing if the Red Sox had a GM like a Chaim Bloom or a Mike Hazen. Like, man, that'd be different.
Imagine.
Oh wait, those guys all worked for the Red Sox. Weird.
Could you imagine?
Yeah.
But whatever. Yeah, just thought that was an interesting question to ask. See what your views on it. But I mean, we all kind of think the same. So yeah. Right now, Astros are at the bottom.
Astros are a tough one. That's an organization they've had some things go their way and some things not.
Yeah.
But it's an interesting question because we've seen such a kind of a wild start to this year that it's like, man, like where's this coming from? Like what happened? What changed?
Yeah. So
yeah, and you're welcome, Ryan. You're welcome for Chaim Bloom.
Yeah.
Actually, you can thank Alex Corks. He ran him out of town.
Well, facts. All right. Who is the best current player that no one talks about? So, like, I'm not talking about Judge. I'm not talking about Ohtani. I'm not talking about Soto. I'm not talking about Skeens. Who is the one guy under the radar that no one talks about at all? In the picture here, I have Matt Olson, Nico Horner, and Shea Langoliers. Those are kind of my picks there. Because we rarely talk about these guys.
Yeah. I mean, I've always been a big Matt Olson fan, so to me, he's somebody at least I think about. But there's a bunch of guys that come to mind for me. There's like, I look at a guy like Yordan Alvarez, who I think part of why we don't talk about him a lot is because he's had some injuries and he's missed some time. But when healthy, there's very few guys hit the ball like that guy does. Yordan is an absolute stud, and everything is nuked.
It's insane watching him hit.
It's like I think I put Yordan Alvarez in that category. A guy I've actually watched a decent amount lately. I mean, decent amount might be a bit of a stretch, but like Ezekiel Tovar in Colorado. A guy who's really matured and a guy whose game has definitely improved, but he's in Colorado. Like nobody cares.
Yeah.
It's hard to get people excited about him.
Yeah.
I mean, offensively, he's got a ways to go, but he does a lot of things really well, and he's still super young. He's 5 years in the league, and he's 24 years old.
Yeah, that's wild.
He's still a kid, and only getting better.
It's crazy. He could be a free agent at 25. It's just
right. I mean, it's kind of crazy to think.
Yeah.
And then I guess one more guy I'd throw in there that I enjoy, who's beginning to get a little bit of love, is James Wood. You know, granted, second-year player in the home run derby last year. Like he's not like hiding, but he's with the Nationals. Like nobody's paying attention to what he's doing. And the strikeouts are obviously his jam, but when you see how that guy hits the ball, it is loud. Like everything he hits is hard, and it is loud.
And he had an inside the park grand slam the other day too.
He did. It was wild.
Yeah. Guy can move too. Yeah, these 6'7", 6'8" guys that can run a 4.1 40 are just sickening to me.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous, but this is a guy that as he matures is going to have some just absurd numbers.
Yeah. Might not be the best, but Alec Burleson plays baseball pretty well. That's another great
He
name.
does. I like him
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah. Last year would have said Hunter Goodman. That's a great one. Colorado. No
Yeah.
one talked about him. He put up a 30 homer season. That's a good one.
Yep.
Yeah, everyone's with it. James Wood is a freak. Speaking of nukes, Wood put balls into the stratosphere.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Zach Neto and CJ Abrams. Those are
Neto's a
good
great
ones.
one.
Neto's kind of the same thing with Yordan Alvarez, right? I mean,
Yep.
obviously not at the nuke level, but he's been injured too much. He plays in Anaheim, which no one's really following that team. Unless your team's playing Anaheim, nobody watches the Angels. So that's the other kind of thing he's got working against him. Just when it looked like the Angels were going to start turning the page and getting these guys to play well, they have absolutely been horrendous the last couple of weeks. So
yeah.
But yeah, those are great ones. CJ Abrams too. So
yeah, another one I'll throw out is we talked about the Rays, Yandy Diaz.
Yes. Yep.
A guy that most people have no idea who the hell he is.
Yeah, top of the league in hitting every year.
Every freaking year. Like he's automatic.
Yeah, he's like 300 average, 20 homers. Yeah, that's a great one. But Davis Martin of the White Sox, true dog, great pitching. I think the White Sox are starting to turn some people's heads here, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they are playing pretty damn good baseball considering what we thought the White Sox were going to be, right? So, yeah, those young kids are coming. The real MVP for the Dodgers, Andy Pages, 1,000%.
Oh, he's been so good.
So good. And he's hitting, what, 8th and 9th in that lineup? This is crazy.
Yeah, and he was so good last year. Then he just had like that playoff collapse. And then he came right back this year and picked up where he left off.
Yeah.
Kudos to him, because after that playoff collapse, that could have messed with your confidence, but he just came right back.
Yeah. Crazy. But,
you know a guy who's pretty good that nobody talks about? Shohei. Nobody talks about that guy.
Facts.
Never comes up.
Especially the MLB Facebook page. Never see.
He was only on that page like 17 times today.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah, that's probably it.
It's a down day.
Weird.
Yeah, whatever. All right. On to trivia, Harrison.
Ooh.
And here's what I got for you. So who's missing from the team's list of 30-plus homer players in the same year? So like 2019 Twins, they had 5 guys over 30 home runs. I left one of them out. So that's how I did it. So here we go. In 2019, the Twins had 5 players hit 30-plus home runs in a single season. Nelson Cruz, Max Kepler, Eddie Rosario, Miguel Sano, and who?
This is a good one. It's the one guy in this group I always forget, because he didn't really nothing. He wasn't like super notable outside of this season. Oh, John's got it. Yep.
Yes, it is Mitch Garver. Nice job. Yes, Mitch Garver is correct. 1,000%. All right. Carlos Santana, not a bad guess. No.
That's a good one.
They also did have a couple guys, I think, right on like the 28 and 29. Like they were like right there. So crazy. All right. In 2023, the Braves had 5 players hit 30-plus home runs. Ronald Acuna Jr., Matt Olson, Marcelo Zuna, Austin Riley, and who?
Only one guy I can think of that would also be on this list.
Yes.
Yeah. Give Chad a minute.
But I thought he would be the only one that was remotely not gettable. Yes, it is.
Ozzie, for sure.
It is Ozzie Albies, Ryan. Nice job. Ozzie Albies for sure. Has he had another 30 homer season since? I mean, he's been injured, so
I'll say he's missed a bunch of times, so maybe not. Although, he's off to a hell of a start this year. So
Yeah. So, yeah.
yeah, he's got one other 30 home run season, 21 and 23.
Okay. But yeah. Yeah, you guys all got it. Nice job, Ozzy Albies. All right, next one. In 1977, the Dodgers had 4 players hit 30-plus home runs. Dusty Baker, Steve Garvey, Reggie Smith, and who?
Okay. 77, huh?
Yeah.
Reggie Smith, in my mind, I'm thinking Reggie Sanders. I'm like, he didn't play in 77.
Yeah, right.
Hmm. 77. All right. So, is it Ron Say?
It is Ron Say. Nice job, guys. Yeah, Marty
Chat's
got
fast.
it. Ryan got it. Michael got it. Yes, the Penguin. Ron Say. So, wow, that's like having 550 homer guys nowadays. You ain't kidding, John.
He was the only name I could think of because I remember I did a Who Is That Guy on him and was kind of surprised by the numbers he put up.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. In 1996, 4 Colorado Rockies hit 30-plus home runs. Dante Bichette, Andres Galarraga, Vinny Castilla, and who?
I for sure remember this one.
The Rockies, as you would, because of Coors Field, is all over these multiple like home run 30
Yeah,
plus.
Mike Reed got it in chat like instantly.
Not Larry Walker. Good guess, Ryan. Yes, it is Ellis Burks for sure, Michael. Nice job. Yep, Ellis Burks. So great one. Yep, nice job.
Ellis is a monster.
Yeah, I mean the Rockies are all over this list of like 4 players that had 30-plus homers. They've done it like 6 times, I think. That's just absolutely insane.
Yeah, well, it kind of helps.
Yeah, a little bit. In 2000, 4 Angels players hit 30-plus home runs. Garrett Anderson, Troy Glass, Tim Salmon, and who?
Huh. In 2000. So it wasn't like Erstad or Anderson, Gloss, Salmon. Oh, this is our buddy from Beantown.
It is.
Nobody flips the Hummer coming out of the strip club like this guy.
Not Erstad. Trumbo's a great guess too, but it's not Trumbo.
Oh, Trumbo had some big seasons. Ryan Taylor, Ellis Burke sighting.
Not Dave Henderson. It is Big Mo Vaughn for the Angels in 2000. Nice job, Scott. Curtis just got it. Nice job, fellas. So, great one. All right. In 2000, 4 Toronto Blue Jays hit 30-plus home runs. Tony Batista, Carlos Delgado, Brad Fulmer, and who?
That
Sean
wasn't Sean Green's time.
Not Sean Green. This might be the trickiest one we got because I don't think the guy really had that many other seasons.
Yeah, it's like that wasn't Olerud's time there. That wasn't Sean Green's time there. That's looks like a lefty, so it's not any of those right-handed guys that normally come to mind.
He was a switch hitter.
Oh, it doesn't change it because the guys I'm thinking of, like the Vernon Wells, the Shannon Stewarts of the world, like that's not their time.
He played from 97 to 2008 for a lot of teams. 3, 6. Played for 9 teams.
Wow.
It is Jose Cruz. Nice job, Curtis.
Wow. Good pull.
Jose Cruz. Yeah, Jose and Silix just got it too. Nice job.
Cruz, one of those guys, he would look so good for stretches and then just look like he didn't know what he was doing.
Matt Stairs, not a bad guess, but especially with the amount of teams. But yeah, it is Cruz. Nice job. Oh, Catalanato, not bad. Not a bad guess.
Nice.
Yeah, that one was a deep cut for sure. So.
Yep.
All right. In 2004, 4 Chicago Cubs hit 30-plus home runs. Derek Lee, Moises Alou, Sammy Sosa, and who?
2004. Oh, I know who this is.
Yes. And this is a guy that probably should be talked about more than what he is for the numbers he put up.
He was so good.
He had some incredible numbers, and no one talks about him that much.
Yeah, he was so good.
I mean,
I love to watch him play.
What is he? Yeah, 386 homers, 283 batting average, 2,300 hits, Silver Slugger, 3-time All-Star. I mean, the guy had a lot going on. Michael got it. It is Aramis Ramirez. Nice job, Michael. Aramis Ramirez is correct. Nice job. Scott got it. Curtis got it. Nice job. Yeah, dude could just straight out mash no matter where he was. He was so good. So, Aramis. All right. In 1997, 4 Los Angeles Dodgers hit 30-plus home runs. Eric Karros, Mike Piazza, Todd Zeile, and who?
Oh, man, 97. So this isn't Hunley. Say this wasn't Sean. Oh, yeah, it's got to be. Ryan's got to have it.
Yeah, Ryan does have it. It is Raul Mondesi, not to be confused with his son, Adalberto Mondesi.
Yeah, whatever happened to that guy?
I don't know. I still can't say his name right. Adalberto
Mondesi.
Yeah, but yes, it is Raul Mondesi. Nice job. Michael got it too. All right. And that was all I had for trivia tonight. So I found those lists, thought those were kind of cool to kind of go through, and thought it'd be kind of a quick one on the backside of our interview. So
yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah. But yeah. All right. I got nothing else for tonight. Harrison, do you got anything to add? Or the chat have anything else to add?
So I do have something I want to run through real quick with you and chat, kind of some questions for you. So there's an article put out today on The Athletic by Jim Bowden, talking about some of these MLB veteran stars that are struggling. And his question, all of them, was, is it just a slump, or are we actually seeing these guys in their decline period? So I'll take you through the list. You tell me, is this just a tough start and they'll rebound, or are we actually beginning to see these players decline? So let's start. Number 1, Manny Machado. He's 33, off to a slow start. Worst start of his career. Is he going to rebound, or is this the beginning of the decline?
I don't know. I don't know if it's a product of just the Padres or a product of him. His defense still has not declined, right? His defense is still pretty damn good.
He's still very good defensively.
Yeah, so it's hard for me to say that, usually you see the decline on the field first, right? You start losing your flexibility, your mobility, your agility. You start moving that first before you start losing stuff in your swing. I think he's just a slow start. I don't think he's necessarily declining yet, if that makes any sense.
Yep. Yeah, fair point. Bowden's opinion was he'll rebound. He's got his bat speed has not significantly declined. He is still hitting the ball hard. His attack angle has dropped. Looks like he's facing something similar to Tatis, where he's just not right. Like there's something just not right in his swing.
Hey, same hitting coach. Could that do something?
Yeah, kind of ironic that these guys are all noticing, flatter speeds or flatter swings and solid contact that doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah. Ryan, this is a fair question. The velocity continues to go up. Career lengths decline quicker.
Yeah, I mean, and Machado's just like Tatis. He's hitting a lot of balls to the opposite field at a much higher rate than usual. Like, are we finally seeing velocity get to these guys? Like, are we finally seeing them get to the point where they just can't catch it anymore?
Yeah.
I guess
Marty's
we'll
got a trivia question for us.
Oh, nice.
Last team to have 4 20-game winners. Who were they?
Oh, wasn't it the
It was
White
the
Sox? Oh, no, that's right. Last one, not the first one.
The last one was the Orioles, and it was like, I can never say his name. Cuellar, Mike, Cueller. How do you say that one?
Oh, Cuellar?
Cuellar, thank you. It was him.
Palmer?
It was Palmer. God, I should know the other two as well.
Because the very first one was what the White Sox back in the 20s.
Mm-hmm. I can't remember the other two, but yeah, Curtis Cuellar. It is Cuellar. Thank you.
Oh, Cuellar. Thank you. Yes, you're right. It's a Y, not an L.
McNally and Dobson. McNally was the name I should have been able to pull, but
yeah, there's no way I would have gotten Dobson.
No. So, all right, what's the next name on that list, Harrison?
So that's Machado. Next name on the list, Marcus Semien, 35. Is this the beginning of the end for him?
Yes, he's on the Mets.
I totally agree. I said it when they traded him, and the general consensus at The Athletic is they agree. This is the decline phase. He's on the way down.
Pretty sure we can just write for The Athletic, Harrison. What are we doing?
Dude, we could totally write for these guys. It's a combination of we're pretty good at what we talk about, and these guys are not.
I love that, Smarty. Just toast. Just that's all he said. Toast.
Yeah, he's done. We said it when they traded him. He was done. Salvi Perez. This one's sad for me. 36.
A lot of miles on those legs. A lot of miles on those legs. I love Salvi too, but we're starting to. Yeah, I think we're starting to decline. It's just too many miles on the legs.
Yep. I love Salvi. And to me, the decline's not even starting. The decline started like a year and a half ago. This has been happening for a little while. Not
the same pop. I mean, still can hit the ball hard, but he's not the same for sure.
Yeah, and last year he hit 30 and drove in 100. But
that's a down year. That's a down year.
And he definitely had a lot of stretches where he just looked spent.
Yeah. Ryan, so many innings. Yeah, that's so many innings for him. You're right. So I think we're with him. What does The Athletic say?
Decline.
Yeah.
I think that one's an obvious one.
Silix, this is amazing. Yeah, decline, but I'll never tell him to retire.
No, God, no. Please don't. Stay around forever. I don't ever want to see Salvi out of the game.
And I don't want him in a different color either. He's royal blue. That's it. Don't put on another uniform.
All right. Next up, our buddy in San Francisco, Matt Chapman.
He's a tough one. Defensively, we have taken a step back. I think just like I have Oakland Matt Chapman in my head, and then I look at what we have now. I think there is a decline in there. We can't hit the ball. So I would say decline there.
Yeah, his hard hit rate has gone from the 100th percentile to 16th. Chase rates up, bat speeds down, hard hit rates down. Everything points to he's slowing down.
Yeah.
So best guess from The Athletic, decline is starting.
Starting?
The decline is starting. Yes.
I think it's a little further along than starting. But
I mean, he had a good year last year,
I mean, fair, I guess.
but it's definitely happening. And the other problem is you got Casey Schmidt, who's crushing everything, who's actually a natural third baseman. So the Giants are going to have to make a decision with Chapman here soon. All right, next up, Corey Seager, 32, on the IL yet again.
He's a tough one because when he is right, he is still a beast. So, like, are injuries part of the decline? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if I can. He's definitely on the backside of his career.
Sure.
He's definitely not going to be better. So I guess. I mean, and this is where I'm at, Ryan. Like, Seager could come back and hit 45 homers. I'm with you.
He's that good.
Beast when he's so, like, I don't know. He's a tough one. I'm going to say decline just because the injuries have not improved, and it's only going to get harder for him to get back each time he gets injured. So I'm going to say the decline is starting.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that I tend to believe that, like, Seager's got a little bit of life left in him, but if you're doing it based on his availability, then it might be the beginning of the end for him because the guy can't get on the field. Just not able to.
What's the Athletics say?
He'll rebound. All the advanced metrics show the hard hit is still there. His exit velo is still there. He's not chasing. He's Kang more, but it's probably a blip. But their belief is that he's got to move off a shortstop to extend his career.
Well, that's a given.
I think we all say duh to that, but
yeah. But I just
healthy. He's still a monster.
He is, but then again, like, I still don't know if we will ever see prime Corey Seager again. Like, I don't, even if he is quote unquote fully healthy at this point. Yeah, I don't necessarily agree with a rebound. Yeah, maybe like fair. Acutely. Maybe when he first comes back, acutely, but I'm just waiting for the next injury. So
you think I'm cute? That's nice. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
All right, next up, Marcell Ozuna. And I'm disappointed because, like, I thought him going to Pittsburgh was going to be a nice boost and it would keep him going, and he's off to a terrible, terrible start.
He doesn't have a hip.
Yeah.
So, the dude's declined. Get that dude a rocking chair.
Yeah, the Athletics take, he's done.
So, that's what he said. They said he's done.
He's done. That was the Athletics take. He's done.
I mean, disagree.
Last year the hip was a real problem. This year the expectation was he was going to be healthy, and he looks old and slow.
Yes.
Hard hit rate's gone from 96% out of 38th. Bat speed's down a tick. Exit velo's down. Like, everything's down for him.
Yeah. Everybody in here is like, decline. Father time has happened to Ozuna. Ozuna from the Braves. How does he still have a career?
Pittsburgh. That's how he has a career, Ryan.
Yeah. So still Ozuna is done, not declining. Yeah, agree. So Scott says, I thought he was on decline many times, and then all of a sudden he's on fire.
I mean, you're not wrong, Scott. He's a guy that a few times you've been kind of like, well, what's going on with him? Then all of a sudden he comes right back.
Yeah.
We'll see.
So, yeah.
Next up, George Springer, 36. Had a great year last year. Not having a great year this year. And, of course, hurt.
He's just another injury guy to me. He is like another Corey Seager. I don't know. When he's back and he's healthy, he's a beast. But you say he's 36?
He's 36.
Damn. I guess I never would have. Yeah, I guess I don't realize how long he's been around.
Yeah, Springer is in his 13th season.
I mean, I guess that makes sense. But yeah, I'm declined then. I think the injuries are just catching up.
Yep.
I don't know.
The Athletic said that basically injury is the issue. Like when he comes back, he'll put some numbers up, but the injuries are going to just continue to chip away at him.
I hope he's not declining because a Springer dinger is fun to say. Fair. Dude got hit in the mouth with a heater last year, didn't he? Yeah, it was last year, the year before. I think he got hit in the face, didn't he?
That was ugly. Silix. Springer's declining because of so many injuries over his career. Dude has been on more injury reports than the Korean War.
Yeah, it was last year. It was last year, Ryan, 2025.
That was rough.
Yeah, good call on that one. Yeah, one of your favorite Astros. Yeah, he's a great player when he's right.
Trash
Unreal. Yeah, but he's an unreal player when he's right. But just he's injured all the time.
Yep. All right, next one. Our boy Nick, or one of our boys,
declined.
Cedric Mullins.
My boy's done. I don't think he's got anything left.
Yeah.
I love him, but no.
Yeah. The Athletics point is decline is real. But the interesting comparison, the players whose best tool is the run tool over the hit tool normally decline in the early 30s. We saw it with Carl Crawford. We saw it with Michael Bourne. Saw it with Jacoby Ellsbury. These guys that begin to lose their speed, see things go downhill fast. His OBP's in the tank. He's, his sprint speed's in the 50th percentile. He's lost a step. Yep. Without that speed, he's not as dangerous. Defense is still good, but as we've said many times on the show, like, you can't survive on defense alone in today's game.
Yeah. Ryan, I agree with everybody here, but when Baltimore moved on from him, that was pretty much it for me. We got to see him hit his cycle. That was amazing. But that was so sick.
Our boy is done.
Yeah, I agree.
So that was the list.
I mean, pretty good list, but it's hard for me to defend anybody that's 35 or older, heck, even 33 or over, and say that they're not declining. You can't tell me that somebody at 33, 34 years old is going to come back off an injury and say that they're going to rebound. I'm sorry. Like, I think Marty said it back here in the chat. Like, when you get older, it gets harder and harder to come back from injury. So, like, if you're 33 and over, man, you're on the backside of your career. You've been playing for 11, 12 years at that point. I mean, you're on the decline.
Yep.
Like, rarely do you peak at 35 years old unless you're Ildemaro Vargas. It's just like,
yeah.
So
yeah.
Muscle twitch slows down after 30. Yeah, 1,000%.
Sure.
No Arenado. That's a good one. I don't know why they didn't put him on the list.
I think everybody knows he's declining. I think that one is, you don't have to talk about. We've already been down that path.
Yeah. I mean, this is also fair, Ryan. Well, wrong sport, but how many times did they say Brady was going to fall off?
And when you say they, do you mean just Max Kellerman, who said it for like 5 or 6 years? Because I think he was the only guy that was like pounding the drum, and then he was so good at it that he lost his job.
Yeah. Yeah, and Scott, I'm with you here. Can't believe the ages of some of these guys. Time's flying by.
It really is. I remember these guys. I mean, we've watched all these guys their whole careers, and it's like, really, he's that old? I mean, then you do the math, like, well, yeah, I guess I'm that old. So,
yeah.
All right, one more thing for you, Nick.
That's depressing.
Yeah. One more thing for you tonight before we wrap up and go to bed because we're old men. There was a Talker Research did a poll on ABS, which they released today. And the results were, I guess, interesting. I'm not sure how to say it. So they surveyed 2,000 people, and what they learned is that 38% of people love the change to ABS. They love the system, and they think it's a big benefit to baseball. 21% of those people said that it would encourage them to watch more baseball. 20% don't like it at all, not fans. And that leaves the remaining 42% who don't have an opinion of it yet. So,
Okay.
are we surprised?
Are we surprised at the results?
Are we surprised how many people like it? Are we surprised that 38% of people love the fact that ABS is in baseball?
No, that doesn't surprise me because we have seen collectively as baseball fans, avid baseball fans, how wretched the umpiring has been. Right? I mean, we're talking wretched umpiring, and we have all talked about it for the last few years here. Like they got to do something. So the amount of people that actually like it doesn't surprise me. That's how I kind of view it.
Yeah, I actually thought the number might be higher.
I mean,
But I'm not shocked. What is interesting in all this is that 25% of the people polled want to see more automation in sports and less reliance on referees and umpires. 43% of people said we do not want more technology. This is as far as we want it to go. So back to the question we asked a while back about, do you turn umpires into computers? In general, the fans are not very on board with that idea.
yeah, I think I'm with them. However, we also heard the same thing when they started putting replay for home runs. And that turned into, they're like, oh, we don't want to see any more technology other than this. Like, get this right. Then all of a sudden it turned into fair or foul. And then all of a sudden it turned into safer out. And fans are like, okay, that's enough. Like, stop. And then, like, oh, wait, hold on. Like, now we have the ABS. So that's fine. So my point is, fans have always said, like, no, that's enough technology. I want the umpires to stay in the game. But then also celebrate when we use technology again for fair and foul. They say the same thing again. Nope, that's good. That's enough. And then, okay, celebrate the safer out because their teams were losing on those bad calls.
Right.
Right. So now we need to get that call right. So I would like to say this is as far as it goes because I do love the human element, but sooner or later, the umpires are just going to be there to interpret rules. You'll never be able to have, I guess I'll never say never, but it's going to be a long time before you have a robot that can stand out there and interpret the rules on the field. The unwritten rules of baseball that has to be judged by an umpire that a machine can't do. Right? That being said, a fully automated ball and strike system I could see coming at some point.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think there's something, there's a next iteration to this, whether it's, full on, whether it's a full on computerized system that just tells them what to call, or it's some sort of backed system that in certain situations maybe overtakes them to make sure that they get the right call when it matters most. I don't know, but there's probably something coming.
I mean, think about it. We've been using ABS our entire life, Harrison, with just a chair for wiffle ball. That's the first ABS. It hits the chair in any capacity. It's a strike.
Oh, yeah.
It's a ball. So why not do it at the big, on the show?
Yeah, but even Angel Hernandez would get that wrong.
I mean, that's fair.
CJ Buckner would totally get it wrong. He'd be looking in the wrong place, but
well, he'd be doing it on purpose. There's a difference.
There's some truth to that.
But
for sure.
Yep. But yeah. Anything else?
Did you see that your boy Trevor Bauer was in a car accident?
I did not.
Yeah.
Bad one?
He was in a nasty car wreck.
Dang.
Driving his McLaren in the Phoenix area.
Why was he out there? Is he playing for the Long Island Ducks?
I don't know.
All right. Well,
I don't. At this point, I'm not sure what to make of it. Oh, he wasn't at fault for the crash. He was traveling the posted speed limit and got blindsided by somebody else.
Damn.
So.
Well, that was short-lived for the Long Island Ducks.
Yeah. Kind of wondering what's next for him. He was in Arizona to rehab some back spasms. He went to see a specialist.
Gotcha.
That's why he was there. So, but yeah.
Gotcha. Crazy.
Got to protect Trevor Bauer. He's a national treasure.
Sure. Anyways,
You can't
All
tell
right.
me otherwise.
Yeah. Cleveland and Tampa Bay are red hot right now. Yeah, you ain't kidding.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Tampa's red hot again. Like this is what, the third?
Pretty sure it's still.
Yeah. So did they really ever cool off? Maybe for like a couple of games.
Yeah, that's wild.
They're a wagon right
But-
now.
Yeah, completely different sport, but the news about Kyle Busch today, that was crazy.
Wait, what did I miss?
Kyle Busch died. He was 41, died of an illness right here in
What?
North Carolina. Yeah.
Holy okay.
Yeah, not that long ago, man.
Jeez, I'm 41. Like, this is,
Yeah.
what the?
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's a tough hit in the NASCAR world. I don't follow NASCAR at all, but that's shocking. That was insane.
Wow.
Stuff like that makes you think about your own life sometimes, but
Jeez.
it's absolutely insane. But
That's a tough year for NASCAR. So then you had the guy who was it the
helicopter crash or the plane
helicopter,
crash. Yeah.
brutal.
Yeah. Guys arguably are in one of the most dangerous sports in America, and they're fine. And then just freak stuff like that. It's crazy.
That's
But,
unbelievable.
yeah. All right. Not to end the show on that one, but I got nothing else. Do you got anything else, Harrison?
That's it.
No. All right. Do have some exciting stuff. May 31st. Mark it down on your calendars. We have author of Interstate 85, which is the Royals and Cardinals World Series. Marshall Garvey coming on the show, and he is bringing former Royals pitcher Charlie Leibrandt, and also Leibrandt pitched obviously in that 91 World Series, arguably the best World Series of all time. So those two are going to join us on March 31st at 9 p.m. So next Sunday, not this Sunday coming up, right? No, the following Sunday after that. So we'll keep putting stuff out for that. And do have a couple other guests possibly lined up if everything works out. Would be absolutely nuts.
Yep.
If we land this. So keep your eye out for that, fellas. But again, thank you so much for joining us in the chat. Every episode, you guys are there talking ball with us. Y'all are amazing. We couldn't do this without you. So thank you. Love you guys. Have a great weekend. And we will see you Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.